Queen's approach to tackling research is based on recognising that it's not enough to be speaking just to other researchers, that if we truly want to shape worlds, then what we have got to do is work with people outside the walls of the university.
The production of low emissions vehicles for transport is a very efficient way of getting large amount of people to reduce their carbon footprint.
Currently today, looking at statistics for emissions from transport, about 55% of that is coming from private car usage. That's equivalent to about 68 metric tonnes of equivalent CO2 being released into the atmosphere each year. If we were to displace those cars with buses, each bus will take away about 75 cars off our roads. That's why it's so important for us to really be starting to look at how we can drive forward advancements in low, ultra low and eventually zero emission technologies for transport.
Wrightbus and Queen's set up a joint venture called WTech to look at the design and development of bus powertrains.
When we're talking about powertrain simulation and how we're using that for the development of new hybrid, electric or fuel cell topologies, what we're talking about is using mathematical methods to understand how the different components in new architectures integrate with one another as they're driving the bus forward. So an example of that would be to understand how the battery state of charge is changing as the vehicle is moving, and what opportunities there would be for regenerative braking for us to again then further optimise the overall vehicle performance. So the focus on research in buses in particular is really when we start to look at the wider ecosystem of our transportation sector and where we can start to make really significant gains and ultimately really having an impact on the quality of people's lives as they move around our urban centres.
So the design work we've carried out in collaboration with Queen's is now in the marketplace. It's now live on zero emissions buses running across the UK and Ireland. And those developments were started 4 to 5 years ago and have now come to fruition.
So within Queen's, our real unique strength lies within the fact that we're working with everyone, we're not working in isolation, and that the solutions that we're generating are real solutions which are being used within buses that are on our roads today. There are buses, over 1,000 of them in operation across the UK, where their driveline technologies are based upon models, tools, techniques and methods that were developed within Queen's University Belfast.
We must ensure that we have access to sustainable solutions in developing the future sustainable economy for the next 100 years. Our research shapes worlds.